here it is, guys. Take two. We have the Dune Topps set from a year ago or so. I had such good luck with these last time around that I had to just go ahead and get another two and see what happened. I also have a hobby box coming, so I'll open that on the channel too. So subscribe if you appreciate videos like this. I also do a bunch of other kind of collectible type stuff. So let me just get started here, because I learned a little bit more about this set since the last time I opened it. So I'm obviously a huge Dune fan, and after seeing the cards, I decided I wanted to get a complete set. So between the 4 boxes and the hobby box that's coming, I think that should definitely be enough to give me a complete set of the base cards. I'm also kind of looking forward to what other kind of stuff I can find in here. There are potential autographs, as we've seen. The inserts are actually relatively rare in this pack. I learned that. There are only a few different ones. Well, no, there's a bunch of different kinds of inserts, but they're pretty rare. So they show up about 1 in 9 packs. Conspiracy of Giedi Prime for most of them, except for Crash Landing into the Desert. Breakfast of Caladan. Are you kidding me right now? Sorry, I'm skipping Breakfast of Caladan because look at this. Lady Jessica. That is Rebecca Ferguson, is the actress who plays Lady Jessica, and it's numbered 80 of 175. I think this is called the Aqua Parallel. First pack in a numbered card. All right, I'm going again. Let's see what we get here. All right, there's Reverend Mother. This is, of course, Stellan Skarsgård as Baron Harkonnen. Shockley's back, and there it is. Insert. Dune, here I am, here I am. Oh no, this isn't an insert, this is a parallel. So this is the rainbow parallel. So these are actually relatively common. So it looks good in that form. And Princess Irulan, she is, of course, played by Florence Pugh, who was also in like Midsommar and like a million other movies. She's pretty great. There's Paul Atreides, the star. Reverend Mother Moham as the second card, I guess. And then there is Baron Harkonnen again. I guess we already got a double. That is Stellan Skarsgård, if you're curious. I know he looks very different in this movie than he does in other things, but that is Stellan Skarsgård. All right, here we go. We got Emperor Shaddam. That's Christopher Walken right there. The cast in these movies was so good. There's Paul Atreides. This is something. What is this? Dune, Baron Vladimir Harkonnen. Oh, this is the, I think this is the Adversaries insert. So these are pretty rare. Like I said, these are about 1 in 9 packs. So that's, and then there's another rainbow parallel. But yeah, I mean, the real reason that I'm into Dune so much is because of the book. Like, I read that book for the first time in middle school, and I'm not exaggerating to say that it changed the way I see the world. And every time I've read it since then, it's had the same impact. Lieutenant Lanville. Okay. Here's the Reverend Mother's test. That was a very memorable scene. Surviving the Desert. We've seen that one. Paul and Lady Jessica make escape. We've seen that one. Carry all fails. Protests from Jameis. Fear a lot. And there is a rainbow parallel of Chani, who is of course played by Zendaya. And then we have something underneath this. Let's see. It is, okay, that is the sandworm parallel. And you can tell much more easily that is the sandworm, by the way. So there's one of these per box in retail. These are exclusive to retail, and there's one of these per box. They look pretty cool. And here we go. Duncan Idaho's battle with the Saudi car. That was a really awesome scene. Lady Jessica's champion. So that was the scene where Paul and Jameis fought. Sarkar Bashir. Oh, What's this? Something under here. Paul commands the voice. So that's a very memorable scene. Looks like it got dinged a little bit. I'm not sure why it's green. That must be a parallel of some kind. I have not seen this one yet, so I don't know how common this is, but it's not numbered, but pretty cool. And that was the last pack of the first box. Good thing we got a second one. That was okay. The first box, not too bad. I got a numbered Lady Jessica, who is, you know, one of the major characters in the movie and the book. So that's a pretty cool card. And then a bunch of different kinds of parallels I hadn't seen before, and a couple of the inserts, which is not too bad. Oh, I mean, one of the adversaries inserts, which I hadn't seen before. Not want to open. Here we go. 7 packs. Okay, there you see on the back there. Harkonnen Commander. Okay. There is Lieutenant Lanville again, the Reverend Mother's Test again, and we have Armed Sardaukar. That is, I think this is also one of the adversaries parallel. Yeah, so that's what it looks like on the back. Oh no, it's concept art. This is the concept art. That's cool. So I think that one might be even a little more rare, although not crazy rare, but pretty cool. So let's go on to the next one. We have Herald of the Change. The Carryall fails. That's a classic scene. Duncan, Idaho visits the Sardaukar. Okay, and next one, another Aqua parallel of. Okay, that's wild. What are the odds? I mean, I guess we know that Topps must have packed these pretty close back. I got them from the same GameStop, so. But yeah, I have 80 and 89 of the exact same of the Aqua, of the numbered cards. So there are 175 of these in the world, and I'm holding 2 of them right now. That's pretty crazy. All right, on to the next one. So we got a numbered card in both boxes, although I'm a little sad it's the same numbered card. There's Gurney Halleck, who's of course plays by James Brolin. Lady Jessica's Champion, we saw that. Paul and Duke Leto. Duke Leto is played by Oscar Isaac, who is one of my absolute favorites. And then we have the rainbow parallel of Sardaukar, Bashar. Let's do the next pack. There we go. Oscar Isaac as Duke Leto. That's the first time I've seen that one. Duncan and Kynes. Stilgar, Javier Bardem, and Lady Jessica again. There we go. The Sardaukar and Harkonnen Alliance. Dr. Liet Kynes, major character, and then here is this is the base card. That's not the parallel of the 2 that we got the same one of. There we go. So that's the difference between the base and I think it's called the Aqua parallel. And then we got another. Now that's bizarre. Paul commands the voice. I guess maybe that is, yeah. So this is the base version of that, and this is the rainbow parallel version of that. So I guess it's supposed to be that color green. Okay. All right, 2 more packs. Atreides falls. That was a pretty pivotal moment. Amidala rule. Paul and James fight. Maya Arrakis, my Dune. Okay, and then here we go. We got one more. That is the first time I've seen this one. This is the Spice insert. So there's a whole. This is actually the most popular insert, but it's the first time I've seen this one. That's fine. That's Duncan Idaho, who is of course played by Jason Momoa in the movies. And a pivotal character, and will be in the 3rd one, but I'm not gonna, no spoilers. If you have not read Dune Messiah, I'm not gonna give you any spoilers for the 3rd movie. Here I am, here I remain. Surrounded by Fremen, okay. As the Baron Heals. Kind's Sacrifice. So this is this the Sandwave parallel? No, that's just a regular rainbow parallel. This is the Sandwave parallel. Okay, there's Rabban Harkonnen, who is, or Sandworm. I don't know if it's called Sandworm or Sandwave, but that's Dave Bautista. So that was pretty cool. So that was the whole box. This did not go as well as the last time. I got 2 of the same serialized insert, which is bonkers. I've never seen that before, anything close to that. And then I got the Spice insert and this concept art insert. So not nowhere near as good as last time, but still I just like these cards. So I'm going to be opening that hobby box soon. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.